Any questions that you may have?
I also asked him this other question, and I love that
Yeah, yeah, please.
he was eager
Unless,
to respond.
Okay, thank you, sir. Just I don't know whether it's a question or it's just a pondering thought.
no problem.
Seeing that we'll be deploying this in different servers, does it mean that we have to then modify our script to accommodate those servers? Because
Yes.
previously we were deploying it from one server. So like this time around, we have to cater for different servers now. Those doesn't mean that we have to then modify our script now.
Yeah, very good question. You do not need to modify your Ansible scripts. What you do, you will just modify one place. You will modify the inventory file, because that inventory file is the file. Inventory the file is the file where I will get my IP address of the server that I want to connect, or the host that I want to connect. So what I'm doing, it's a text file. I have given one tag called all vars. This we have to learn. So these are the Ansible variables. Ansible, you can say the keywords. Ansible SSH user. What is the server that we are going to? What is the server user that we are going to log in? We are going to use Ubuntu. What is the private key file? That is the DevOps Internship.pem. See, here we are not using PPK. Just 1 minute. We are not using PPK because we are directly using server to server communication. So we need a PEM file. And when did we generate this PEM file? When we created that instance through Ubuntu, through Terraform. Correct? Just now we have seen that DevOps Internship is the private key file. Ansible connection is over SSH. Ansible user is Ubuntu. Ansible sudo means super user. It will assume a role of super user. And Ansible you become a super user sort of thing. That means. And I have given a tag called Mumbai server. But do I have the IP address over here? No. Do I have the IP address? No. So what I'm going to do, why did I not have the IP address? Because that is what I will generate automatically. Not generate, I will try to find out automatically. So I will use AWS CLI. The AWS CLI is another tool provided by AWS. So I will use that CLI to give me the instance EC2 describe EC2. So this is one of the AWS CLI command. From outside, I can query what I'm going to query. See, when I'm doing something on the fly, on the runtime, when I created this, do I think of a situation where I do not have an access to this, the console from outside? How do I know what is my IP address? So if you are doing something in the runtime that is on the dynamically on the fly, I do not need to hard code this. I could have easily done it hard coded. So I could have copied that. I could have copied that and I could have easily put that into over here. Then my inventory file will directly give me that this is the IP address. What happens tomorrow
Yes.
when you
You
shut
shut
down
it
your
down.
server and then you start it up? This IP address is not going to remain the same. It will
It will
change.
change.
So is it advisable to hard code it? Never. And you cannot connect to your private IP address from outside. This is not going to change, but you cannot connect it from outside. And Ansible is outside entity. it will like to connect over the public IP address. But the main problem is public IP address is not static. It is dynamic. It is going to change. And you cannot bet that the server is not going to be shut down or the IP address is not going to change. In that case, I have a solution. What I will do, did I answer your question first of all?
No, you did. You did, sir. You did.
Yeah. But in the meantime, I forgot your question. What was the question?
My
How do
question
you
was,
access? Yeah. How do you access your
yes,
this thing?
from outside,
Right.
because now you're speaking about different servers and different servers have different IP addresses.
Okay. Yeah. So if in Mumbai region of India, I have one particular server, and then I can have another one in say Japan, Japan server. I just giving a tag name just to categorize them. Then I have a list of servers in Australia. But I am not going to hard code it. Yeah, if you know your architect says that you must use Elastic IP, and Elastic IP is one resource that I can create over AWS, which is where you do not need to be unsure that it is going to change every day or maybe after a few days. Elastic IPs are created because you want to assign a permanent IP address over to the servers. But that is a costly part. Yeah, it can, if you are doing it through your company, your organization is a rich company, they can create elastic IPs for each of the servers and can be assigned. So in that case, you can hard code it. You can hard code it, whatever. So whenever Ansible is going to connect, it is going to first, it will do sequentially. First, it will go to Mumbai server. It will connect to this IP address. Then it will go to, that means this is one host. Then it will go to Japan server in this group and go to connect to these two hosts over Japan. And similarly for Australia. But in my case, I do not have so many things because it is not needed. And I will also, in this project, simple project, I will not also hard code. I will get it dynamically through AWS Cloud, AWS CLI. Are you getting me? It's a very beautiful concept. So what I did, I will go back, leave the page. I will use the Ansible CFG. Ansible CFG is a configuration, okay? Configuration file, which Ansible, before connecting to the inventory, will understand where my inventory file is. So I'm saying, Ansible, do not worry. You consider me, Ansible CFG. You read through this. I have specified my inventory file will be in a particular folder in this project, and that folder is the Ansible directory, inventory ini. So that is the file where I should get the IP address of the host. Host key checking false. See, whenever you want to log in to any server, the first thing that it will ask you whether you want to match the private key, the finger.
So you see what I mean, and um, he really takes his time and dives into the concepts. Yeah, and that's why I love sitting around experts and people that know more than I do. I can only learn from them. Thank you, KalKey. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let's wait for part 3.